Boom. Number 2, stop lying. Stop. Just stop. Nothing is going to destroy your credibility more than you lying when you're selling stuff or when you're telling these half-truths, because guess what? They're also half-lies. Yeah. So this is another one that really just, makes me cringe when I do see them. Because typically I'll, for me, I'll allow, somebody who's getting into the MLM and all that kind of stuff, I'll allow their posts to go on for a little bit before I just unfollow them all, completely. It usually, because typically if you're posting 1 or 2, 3 times a week, I may not even see it depending on who you are and the Facebook algorithm and all that kind of stuff and how that works. We'll talk about that some other time. But if it's a couple times a week or whatever, a couple times a month, I don't, whatever. And in fact, I may even watch, one of your tutorial videos just to see, because hey, that's what I do. I'm in marketing, so that's of interest to me, to see how people are going about it and whatever else, because I'm not in this world at all. Not my thing. So at least at this point in time, and never have been, honestly. So that's full disclosure there. But things like, and this is, sorry ladies, but this is especially one of those things that you are very bad with. You're very bad with it. And that is these people who sell unique. That is these makeup tutorial things. Okay. I don't know if you're encouraged to do this. I assume you are, because that's what all kinds of people are doing. Or I don't know who said this was a great idea. But this is where I see it a lot. Okay, is lying. Flat out lying. With your Facebook Lives and with your videos and whatever else. If you have the title that says my 20-minute makeup routine, whatever, I don't know. Look at my face. Does it look like this guy wears makeup? But if your title has a, time frame listed on it, especially, or something like that. For instance, my 20-minute makeup tutorial or whatever, and your video is an hour long, I'm pretty positive, even with, well, not pretty positive, from the outside looking in, I instantly think you're a liar. Your video, inside that video may be a sales pitch, and may be all these other things that take up that other 40 minutes. But the simple fact is, the title of the video is my 20-minute makeup tutorial, and it's an hour-long video. That looks like a blatant lie to somebody like me from the outside looking in. So stop doing that. Just put my morning makeup tutorial or something like that. You don't include the time limit. But I will say this, if you choose to, great. Because you're giving your potential viewer more information, you're more likely to have views because you're telling them exactly what it is. But if you're going to do that, please complete the tutorial in 20 minutes, okay? You're going to destroy your credibility, or you may have already done that with people. If, like I say, my 20-minute makeup tutorial, and then the video is extremely, 3 times longer than that. It looks like dishonesty from the outside. So please don't do that. Honesty is the best policy, right? Honesty is the best thing you can do for yourself, your brand, your business, and everything from the outside. Because some of these people don't know you, and especially if they don't know you, you don't want them to think you're a liar. That's the worst thing that could happen. So it's one of those things you have to be very careful with how you title things, with how you practice things. If you want it to be done in 20 minutes, then practice it 5 or 6 times, however many times it takes for you to get that tutorial within the constraints of the time frame you set for yourself. And I'll be honest, with a lot of people, time is valuable. Like people like me, I have a wife, I have kids. Time's valuable to me, especially if you're going to do a Facebook Live, in the afternoon when, husbands and wives come home from work, and kids are awake, or kids coming home from school. That time in the evening for me is extremely valuable with my family. So give me a reason to spend my time with you if you're doing a Facebook Live or something like that. But also don't lie to me and say that it's going to be done in 20 minutes when I can spare 20 minutes. Don't lie to me and say, it's going to be 20 minutes and then it's an hour. Now, I may never watch another video again because you just wasted my time. Or even if you gave me something valuable, I still may feel like you wasted my time because my time with my family, quite honestly, is more important to me, more valuable to me than time sitting in front of a Facebook Live feed. It's just how it goes. And I know I'm not alone in that. So, do not, if something can potentially be construed as potentially dishonest, back away, reassess how you want to do this, and then execute it properly. Like I say, if you want to use a time constraint, fine, go for it. But make sure it falls within that time constraint. Or, if you're going to use a time constraint, my 20-minute makeup tutorial, and then, having parentheses or something after the fact, Q&A afterwards or whatever you want to do. Just that way they know, and they're expecting before they even click on your feed or click on your video after it records live. That way they know that there's something else afterwards, or sales pitch afterwards. Don't do that. That's really lame. Excuse me, I'm a little nasally there. But something to tell them that that the reason why, because what they're going to do is, especially if it's pre-recorded, they're going to look at the time. Facebook posts a little time there at the top, and even YouTube does too, to show you how long, or Facebook, I think it's on the timeline if they click on the video, and then it shows little mountains and valleys and stuff, and it'll show the time, and that's something that I always check for Facebook Live videos, especially because if I don't have the time to sit there and watch it, I'm not going to sit there and watch it. I may save it and go back to it later, but my time that I have right now, especially if it's limited, is valuable. So don't sit there and waste my time. So if you put in there my 20-minute makeup tutorial, okay, fine, I can spare 20 minutes, boom, I can watch this for 20 minutes, and then after that, I got to cut it, because I got to go. But I know that going in is the biggest thing. So you're upfront about things. Be upfront. Be transparent. That's the best thing you can do. That creates relationships. That creates a bond that you need with somebody before you ask them to bust out their wallet and give you some money. Also, with your video titles and things like that, a more effective strategy too is to It is to create your headlines for people you're actually trying to sell to. Don't make something just so general that, oh, well, my friends are going to look at this or whatever. If all of your friends have this certain interest or whatever, for instance, let's think, since a lot of this happens with makeup, with the unique people, I think of this all the time in that niche, because guess what? That's what it is. It's a makeup niche. Not every woman is interested in makeup. Not every woman in every country worldwide is interested in makeup. And guess what? Not every woman in America even is interested in unique brand makeup. So it is a niche, whether you want to see it that way or not. But anyway, squirrel. For instance, a headline that would attract a married woman to my makeup tutorial video would be something like date night makeup to make your hubby drool, or something like that. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to married women who want to look nice for their husbands on their date night. Okay? Name a married woman who doesn't want to do that. I don't know of one that wouldn't want to do that. And on top of that, you're already probably talking within your niche to people who like unique makeup or whatever, unique brand makeup. That's the problem with companies naming their business after a real English word. You can't see it if it's not spelled out in front of you. So I try to be clear with that. So, yeah.